Okay, guys, check out this little video. I have a longer, more in depth one coming up with links, but I wanted to do this just to kind of get everybody thinking about how this works. So, the National Institute of Health, they do a lot of studies about dog bites, a lot of studies about dog bites on children, infections from children, bone infections, or infections on children from dog bites, stuff like that. But they also do studies about like the human dog connection and looking at a dog releases oxytocin. So they're scamming you though. So let's consider the taxpayer. So you're the taxpayer over here, making all your money. Okay. So here's some of this money. You're working hard. You got to pay for the dog, right? You got this money. You got to pay for the dog too. I mean, dog owners will admit stuff is getting pretty expensive. And so now we have Congress. So Congress determines the budget for National Institute of Health. So the National Institute of Health, they got a whole ton of your money. Something like 35 billion, 40 billion. The numbers and links will be in the upcoming longer video. So they got all this money determined by Congress, federal funds, which comes from your tax dollars, or federal spending bills too. And so down here is our dog studying people. So they go to the NIH and they're like, hey, we want to do a dog study. Here's all of our proposals. And so some of the studies will be like what I said, like, oh, dogs are nice to pet, a new study. Oh, the human dog connection. These are studies that like Purina and Pro Dog places will use to get you to spend more of your money on dogs. And it'll be another Pro Dog study in there. How a dog chases a ball. Dogs defy gravity. They don't understand. That is an actual study, and it will be in the upcoming video. But then we have the study on multiple dog bites. Study after study after study after study after study. Bone marrow loss from dog bites. Pasternella canis infections, 300,000 emergency room visits per year. All the way back to like early 1980s, they've been doing these studies about the nastiness of dog bites. But see what's going on here? They're taking your taxpayer money through Congress, through the NIH. They're doing all these really cool dog bite studies, and they're throwing these all back at you to get you to buy dog stuff. These studies, Purina, Pro Dog, Mars Dog Food Company, any other dog food company, all these nasty studies about the nastiness of dogs, the expense, they're not going to tell you. Meanwhile, your toddlers are getting mauled. Meanwhile, the expense of dog ownership is going up. Dog on dog violence too. Some of these studies are about how pit bulls and Rottweilers kill a whole hell of a lot of Boston Terriers. Yeah, but they're not going to tell you that. They're going to take your taxpayer money. They're going to take that money from you. Congress is going to grab some. They're going to throw it down into the NIH. Of course, the NIH is going to keep some. You know, they got to pay their people. But they're going to throw all that money at these people that are doing studies. The studies that help you lose more money, they're going to give you those. The studies that help you save yourself and take better care of your dogs and your humans, we'll just, we won't talk about those. You never hear about those studies that they're using your taxpayer money to create. So, they're double screwing you. They take your money, and the bad stuff that they find out, well, we won't really talk about that much. But did you guys know that if you look at a dog one time, there's going to be a little bit of oxytocin? Yeah, that study will be out there easily found on Google and DuckDuckGo and everything else. And the funny thing about some of these good studies, the studies right here that are all happy dog studies, it'll be like the human dog connection. Humans get really worried when they're not close to their dog. Workplace stress study. They'll do studies like that, but you as the taxpayer, guys, you as the taxpayer at work, worrying about your dog. Puppy, Is he okay? I gotta get home. I gotta get home earlier. You already know that. You already freaking know that as a dog owner. So this is a dog owner issue too. This isn't just an anti-dog argument. As a dog owner, you know that having a dog can have some stress related stuff. But they're going to take your money. Let's take your money, take it over here to Congress, take it over here to NIH, and then we'll give it to some people to prove what you as the dog owner already freaking know. Yeah, so dog ownership is a major, major, major way for people to just suck your money away from you. And meanwhile, you sit back and, oh, it's just capitalism. It's just profit from dog food. Nope, there's a lot more to it. And I know I missed a lot of checks and balances in these little steps right here, but I'll cover this more and give you all the government links and methods that you can look this up yourself later. See you guys later.